Hey guys, welcome back to D&D. Just a quick recap of last episode. Our group of adventurers who are getting to know each other now have spent a little bit of time on the road together, made it out to the location we've been told roughly where this artifact is, managed to detect magic to find this. It's a very powerful magical artifact bleeding in the essence of another plane, so it's kind of it stands out in the magical world. We've dug down and dug up this portal stone, this keystone, this phase stone, or whatever it is, of that we've been attempting to find. That is hypothetically going to join our plane to another plane. We've dug it up, and now that we have it out, we're trying to figure out how to activate it. Our resident experts are taking their sweet time giving us this information, but we are patiently awaiting their summaries here. So we'll pick it up from there. Ricky, where were you?
I was trying to activate it. Okay, so I like your idea, Gorin, that we might need to use all 4 elements at the same time. But before that...
Well, I think I can do water, air, and fire relatively easy. Earth, I don't know what it counts. Does
the earth, sand,
count?
like write soil on it for it, maybe. We can try that.
I don't think anyone has any spells that's particularly earthy, so maybe we'll just have to settle for like the dirt that's everywhere.
Well, right now, Navio seems to be quite capable of creating earth of a type. Do we use that? The fourth? You don't think that's the 4th element?
Give it a shot, buddy.
That's about 5 minutes that way at this point.
No more where that came from? I have some more rat, if you need it.
You've been holding out.
Okay. Before we try that, I have some past experience and I would like to ruffle my memory and try some command words on it if it activates.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll something or how we want to do this? Maybe history check if I remember.
Now, I mean, this is pretty distinct stuff. I assume you're trying the command words that you would have been using on planar portals to go to the astral plane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume that that's distinct enough that you remember it, because it's like a pretty crazy thing, pretty distinct in your memory. Why don't you roll... How many of these different words do you want to try? Well, how many of them would you know, I guess, is the real question. So, yeah, why don't you roll me a history check. Roll me a history check, and then roll me an Arcana check, and then that will determine how many. Okay, well, you roll the history. It's funny. So I'll say you know 5 different command words for planar portals to go to the astral plane for different portals, which is a lot.
Okay, I will try
the
them one by one, just if there's any effect on it.
At a distance.
At a distance, yeah, that's fair. How far back are you standing?
Let's say 20 feet.
All right.
Oh, no. 10 feet. 10 feet.
10 feet? All right, that sounds good. And for each of the words, I want you to roll me 1d100.
For each of them. Okay. So it would be 5.
While he's setting up for this,
Yeah.
Can I get the shovel from Navio? Can I borrow your shovel?
I don't think I even got the shovel back. I think the wizards still have it.
We don't
It's
have
just
wizards in
somewhere.
our group.
It's just somewhere on the ground.
All right. So while you guys are
who are the
looking,
guys who are casting
while you guys
spells,
are while you guys are looking for this shovel,
Sorcerers.
the Fesselu says, stand back. I'm gonna try a few words based on the things that I know from my history, and the very first thing that he utters turns the thing on, and it starts glowing a bright purple.
Guys, I got this.
All right, let's move quickly before it shuts.
Okay, let's touch it together.
Unreal.
How
at
do
the
we
same time.
work with it? We touch it?
We just touch it, yeah.
All right, you touch it first.
One by one or together. I would go together, all of us.
Shouldn't
No, I
we
think you
test
should
it with
do
a
it-
horse? or
No,
something?
we
You
have-
just want to.
Fezlu
Screw
will
the
touch
horses.
it. Navio, don't worry yourself. He's got it. He knows. He's a wizard.
Ulisef, you coming with me?
Ulisef will touch it.
Together or after me?
Well, you're the only one that can turn it on, so maybe it makes sense for you to go last.
I will touch them. I'm not touching the stone directly, but I will touch I'll touch down.
No, 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 no.
All right, while you're all trying to figure out what's going on with this,
Who's touching her?
The purple light fades back off, and it like turns back to like it's stone.
Okay. But I remember it was the first one, so okay.
Yeah,
everybody.
it was literally the first thing you tried.
Okay, so
everybody.
Can Felisu tell Ulusef what it is so that Ulusef knows it also?
Yeah, I will share it with you which command it was.
All right, what's the command word? Make up a command word for you guys. Let's go. You won the one. Do you
Just
want
use one in your own language. None of us will know any difference. Make up just pick a random word from your language. We even sound arcane.
Oh, you mean like with my Czech language?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you not know that language either?
I'm thinking about words which will sound interesting.
What's the worst curse word in Czech?
No, don't use that.
Curse
Don't
words?
get banned off my fucking channel.
Okay, fair enough.
This fucking channel, yeah.
You have 10 seconds.
That was the other magic word.
Citronová zmrzlina.
Fuck! Citronolascamaga. All right.
Citronlaskamaga.
Perfect!
All right.
Citronová zmrzlina.
Citronova Srmach. The last bit again?
I'm not
Last bit again?
No, we're using that.
We'll just call it Citronova.
No,
Last-
Sui needs to use that from now on. That's the word. You asked him for the word, he gave you the word.
Ulisef needs to remember Citronová zmrzlina.
What's it mean?
Type it out?
Do you want me to type it down?
No,
or-
I don't. That's not going to
I
help.
got
Are you
it.
kidding me?
I
I
spelled it-
guarantee it
spelled it
doesn't look
roughly
anything like
phonetically.
Here,
it.
write it in my book. Write it in my book, or draw a picture, maybe.
Yeah.
Just put it in the chat in the chat for
Perfect.
Roll20.
Perfect. All right, we're using that word. So clearly, one of us will be able to get in and out of this portal whenever they want. The rest of us are fucked.
At least one of us. It sounds really arcane, and the rest of you are like, I don't know if I'm gonna remember that.
Last week, one of our players, JoINrbs, played a class, a race that could only repeat words it's heard. It can mimic them perfectly, but it can't say its own unique things. I would have loved him to be here, because we would have made him repeat that fucker till he got it perfect. That would have been fair. Fair and balanced. All right, what do we got? So we're going to go to this place?
Say words. I think they can only make sounds. The Kanaku?
Yeah.
Or can they make words? I thought they could just make
I don't know.
sounds.
Anyway, that right there.
Well, I mean,
Doesn't matter.
word is a sound, so.
That's true.
Yeah, look, it looks exactly
Citronova
like. Get that last
Zmrzlina.
one. What's the Zimmerlina? I like it. Zimmerzlina.
Zmrzlina.
No.
It's pronounced
Zimmerzlina. I'll correct you.
Merzlina.
Zmrzlina.
Citronova Zmrzlina.
Okay, perfect. We got it. We got the activation. What does it mean, Ricky?
I won't tell you.
Fine.
Not now. After.
Fine. I won't tell
Google
you either.
translate it later. All right, so
We'll translate it now.
so he tells you all the magic word again, and it activates the stone again, and you're all like, okay,
Right.
well, I guess that's the word.
Bam! Slap my hand on it.
I'm very worried about Goran, so I grab him sort of by the shoulder.
I don't want
as
to
he
keep
puts his
doing
hand
that.
on
I
it.
would love to keep doing that for atmosphere.
Wait, what you are touching?
The stone.
The stone. The
It's
stone.
right
okay.
there. I slap my hand
Yeah,
on it.
after I say the word, I will also touch it. When it's starting to glow, I will also touch it.
All right, so the three of them are touching it. You
Yeah,
touch it.
Ulusef's touching it, sure.
All right, so the three of them touch it, and then Ulusef sees them all like reach out, and he reaches out and they touch it, and then you all like
Touch it.
see
Yeah,
your
nodding.
vision kind of like cloud and shake back and forth a little bit, out of focus, and then when it like shakes back in, you are in
a really bad transition in like video editing software.
yeah, it's like it you don't get a star wipe, you just get like shaky screen, like a really bad movie.
Gotcha.
So it just the camera just shakes a bunch. You don't know what's going on, and it refocuses, and you guys are in a room, and behind you there's a very large, like solid black stone door with the 4 elemental symbols on it. And in front of you is a circular platform that's 200 feet in diameter.
Oh. Okay.
And on the opposite side, there's another door that is open with all 4 of those symbols on it. And in the room, like standing in front of the door, is a very, 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 very large figure, probably like 4 times as tall as the rest of you. And beside it is a metallic-looking beast. Is the first thing that comes into your vision.
How
Does
big is
it
the room?
react to us?
Does it look like it's seen us?
It's definitely seen you. It's just staring at you.
How big is the room?
It's like 200-foot diameter. It's circular, and then like outside the room, it's just like pitch black.
Okay, so there's not like walls
like-
to the room. It's just like
No, it like you can't tell if there's walls to the room. It's just like pitch black, and like you
And
can
there's
see
no
the room.
ceiling.
The room's perfectly lit. There's no ceiling, and there's just a figure standing in front of this door, presumably, which is the door through which you need to finish going to get all the way through whatever this place is that you guys ended up.
So other than the metal guy, what this guy that's like four times our height, what does he look like?
He's got a beard, a very large sword. He's in a set of chainmail, and he's got like a sick looking hat on with a couple horns on it.
So like,
looks like an enormous fucking warrior.
Yeah, he looks like an enormous fucking warrior. That's
he
pretty
looks
much
humanoid.
Yes,
at
he's
least.
humanoid.
Okay,
He's humanoid.
he's like a
Clearly
super
humanoid.
giant humanoid.
Yes,
Wearing
he
armor.
looks like a very giant humanoid.
How's he reacting to us in these few moments that we see him? I look up at him. Is he starting
He's,
to yell, shout, charge, stand
Nope,
still? Is he waving?
He's standing there, and he looks like he's kind of like trying to figure out what the fuck you are, or who the fuck you are, and what the hell you're doing here.
Have I
What-
ever seen anything that looks like this guy, or heard, or read, or is anything in my history?
This guy. All right, hold on. You guys are gonna need to do checks. I lost one of my freaking bookmarks for one of these things. Though.
Terrible,
What the
terrible.
hell? I put a bunch of freaking things in here specifically for this.
Use the keyword.
Use the keyword. I'm using a physical book.
Citronova Zamarina Zelina.
Merslina.
Yeah,
Merslina.
that's it.
But regardless,
Zimmerslin.
if you guys want to do history checks, that's fine. Well, I'm finding the. I actually wrote this down. I don't know why I'm not just using the information that I wrote down.
I will tell you the joke about this word later.
Oh jeez.
I'll hold my.
Alright. So, Feslu, you, my friend, I'm just going to do it for you because you rolled the highest. You have heard stories and you've seen. You and Gorn have both seen similar looking humanoids. And,
Something like Titan.
It is you can tell that it's some race of giant. You're not particularly sure. You've never seen a giant quite this large before, but it's definitely a giant of some sort. And let me pull this shit out. Pull open his companion pet here because he's got that beast looking next to him. And roll a
you said-
second history check.
Okay. You said it's mechanical beast or something like that.
It looks like it's covered in metal or stone. Yes.
Okay, I assume only the people who passed the first one would roll the second one.
Oh, you can all roll the second one.
All the second.
It's they're separate tests for separate
Okay.
entities. Who am I missing? Is that everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, 2 of you are able to identify him as being of the race of giants, and none of you have any remote sort of clue what this giant metallic-looking ox that's standing next to him is.
Oh, it's an ox. I thought, okay.
It's like a
Is it
ox.
is it like proportional that? Is it like proportional to him? Like it's a super giant ox compared to us?
Yeah, it's large compared to you guys. Like it's bigger than you guys by quite a decent amount.
Is it male? A male ox?
Give me a perception test. All right, so you guys see this giant standing here, He's got a metal ox standing next to him. He's like scoping you guys out, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Goran, he's like, okay, that's some sort of giant. And he's like, I don't know what this is. Is this a man or a woman? He like, crouches down a little. He's like, okay, it's a man. It's a man bull. All right, didn't know.
Okay, it's a man bull. Got it.
I want to wave at the giants, like, oh, hello there.
I shove you as soon as you do that. I shove you and I jump on you and tackle you.
All right, so
I do a modest somersault upward, like sort of a double front flip, and drop to my knees and sort of like 5 meters.
So 15 foot, about.
So 3 plus 3.
You can roll for it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a roll. Just give me an acrobatics test.
Seems pretty good. 32.
You got it. Standing front flip. So
and I land on one knee and sort of put my hand out and I say, "Greetings. I am Navio Star with a 4 instead of an A."
All right. So Fessalu goes to talk. Goran tackles him.
Yep.
And as that's happening, Navio does a front flip or a back flip.
A double front flip.
Yep.
Double front flip. Lands like perfectly on one knee, like in a submissive sort of stance with his hand out, and says, "Greetings, I am Navio Star." And this giant just starts laughing. And he says, "I haven't seen any of your kind in millennia. What are you doing here?"
You're tapping, Sui.
Damn it, I was trying so hard. Just immediately say when I start doing that. Just interrupt me.
Yep. All right. So I think the only people capable of answering that right now are probably Navio and Ulisif, because myself and Fezalou are tangled up.
Yeah. So one of you two should probably do something, because the other two are like kind of scrapping a little bit here.
We're not. I'm not trying to fight or hurt him. I was literally just trying to knock him over and stop that attention gathering thing he was doing, because there's an enormous giant over there.
Well, Ulisef was so impressed with the little flip that he's just going to wait for
Speechless?
Navio.
All right.
He's just dumbfounded. All right, Navio, what's on you? What do you say to respond to this giant?
So Navio starts getting a little bit long-winded, and he's like sort of like this run of conscious sort of speech. Like, well, I was just going with these scholars, and we were in the woods, and we were riding this horse, and it was sort of uncomfortable, and I ate some rat, and we like dug a hole, and there was a cube thing, and we like did the stuff, and then we teleported.
All right,
I'm worried about Goran.
Roll a persuasion test. Oh, this is gonna be great. It's terrible, too. What is your stat here, Mr. Man? Oh, it's pretty good. Need a plus symbol with that.
You know what I forgot to do? At episode 2.5, just realized we didn't do any sort of audio testing to start off with initial audio levels.
Which means your volume is really low right now, and all the comments are going to say so.
It could be.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, let's hope that it just works out. I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see.
We can test it. Like if you want to break here.
No. I'll do it after. I mean.
Okay, that's fine.
All
right, so he interrupts you about halfway through what you're saying and says, This means nothing to me. I asked why you are here." And he like sounds slightly agitated.
Oh, it's all right, my large giant friend. You have to excuse my friend Navio here. He's quite the acrobat, but he's a little bit
he's not as mentally agile as he is physically agile.
Sure, he's not 100% sure why we're here either. We're the four of us are here all because there's a bit of a problem back where we're from on the material plane, and we're here to try and investigate. If you don't mind me asking, who are you and where are we?
So you're shouting this across 200 feet of distance, right?
I mean, I'm speaking loud enough that he can hear.
There isn't really like anything else going on in the room. You guys, like, there's no other outside noise other than your voices. It carries very well, regardless of the volume that you're speaking in. So he responds to this by saying, I have... Ugh, ow. Sorry. I don't know what just happened to my throat. Give me a second. Fucking hell. Okay. He responds by saying, I have no concerns for what's going on in your plane, but I am Sfarag, keeper of the gate to the elemental plane. I've been posted here by my father, who came to this place to end the last war because his other children...
I say to Navio, this is what happens when you start off long-winded. We get the fucking long-winded version. I say this under my breath to him. Anyways, keep going. Sorry. So Sparag, posted here by his father since the last war.
Hold on.
I'm trying to whisper it.
I know you're trying to whisper it. It doesn't mean he's not doing a perception test to see if he can hear it or not.
Okay. Meanwhile, when Gorin tackled me, I want to utter to him, but it's like, do this one more time, and I will make you disappear.
Filthy, I need you to roll me a... What would be a good test for being really quiet?
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth test.
No.
Makes sense. Probably.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, he hears you say this and immediately stops what he's saying and looks right at you and says...
I try to physically hide behind Fezalou.
All right, so he looks right through Fezalou, like right at you, like he doesn't care. You guys are all like ants to him or some shit. Like
I will sidestep.
Not like literally ants, but you know, like he doesn't care at all. You're all really small.
Right.
So he stops what he says. He stops and he says, "Fine then. To make it blunt, it is my duty to make sure no one comes through here unless they're meant to be here. So you can either turn around or you can take the test to pass."
I speak up and I say, I am sorry, great Sporag. I did not mean to offend you. I am just a mortal from the mortal planes, a human, and my lifespan is very short, and I was worried about my health if I heard the end of your story.
Okay, may I ask, please, where are we now? Like, where are we exactly? I'm asking the giant.
He kind of like leans down, like he kind of like tilts his head down a little to get a good look at you, and he says, "This is something of a way station. The elemental plane is further from your realm than yours is from others. I used to reside in the mortal realm myself many centuries ago."
Okay, thank you.
So what's the door behind us?
What about the test?
Oh.
The door behind you is back to your realm. The door behind me is to the elemental realm.
Okay. What about the test?
That only the strong may pass.
It's strength-based, I say.
What does
Yes.
it mean exactly?
Could you tell us more about this test?
What is the penalty for failing your test?
Death.
Could you tell us more?
Surprising.
Navio
If
suggests
you
that the
can-
human takes the test then.
If you can best me in combat, you will be allowed to pass unharmed. If you cannot, you will either be slain, or if I'm
Well-
feeling generous, you'll be thrown back into your own realm.
How generous are you feeling, great Sporag?
He looks at you and kind of chuckles a little and says, "Towards you, I'm not so sure, given how rude you just were."
And what kind of like fight would it be? One-on-one?
I
or
say,
like
we
all
accept.
of us?
All right, roll for initiative.
Yes.
You started it, okay.
That's fine.
Okay,
I get to
this
roll
got me
twice
like
because I'm a
quick
ranger,
cross.
so I get advantage on initiative.
Yep.
Which is good because the first one was a fucking 1.
We cannot
Do I
have
get to
our
do that?
tokens to
Yeah, you're a
fill
ranger
the-
too. You roll
No problem.
twice. There's no way to
Mhm.
do. There's no way to do it from the macros for some reason. You just have to click it twice.
Yeah.
Where is my initiative?
Initiative is
At the
in
top.
the top middle,
Right above your
So
hit points.
right above your hit points between speed and armor class.
Click it twice.
You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was
Yep.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
that's
that.
for
Go
the-
up. It's
Okay.
Got that. I'm gonna put the where's turn tracker? I'm just gonna put this up. Crap. I need to like actually assign tokens. Here, hold on. I'm gonna draw some shapes real quick.
okay.
Just do assign tokens.
You can just draw
Unlike-
stick figures in different colors if you want. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Bested him in combat. Okay.
Storm.
I guess. Do we know if his little boar thing is part of it? His not boar.
I,
His cow
I assume that it is.
ox.
I assume that
His
it is.
boar,
I have
That's
a
boar
what I
thing is
wanted
part
to
of it.
ask.
Line on that
but
that bull's testicles. I've spotted them. I'm gonna snipe the shit out of those. That's gonna be down in one shot.
I hope it will be at least at this level.
There's no cover. This is a featureless, flat fucking plane. Right.
It's mechanic. What do you think it will do?
It's what?
Are these
Mechanical?
tokens?
No, I think it's just metallic. I don't think it's mechanical.
Yeah.
Metallic?
Shit.
It's like living metal, I think.
What's the matter, Sui?
It is not letting me add these to the B tokens.
Oh man, I
Really irritating.
can't
Alright.
move. I can't move my cube.
Yeah, I know. It's not letting me assign the. Here, hold on. Let me.
You can give us anything.
Go.
Anything that we can move is fine, Sui. It's really not.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm doing. I have to go like find some pictures real quick, random assets.
Can I
I
try
think-
something?
Yeah, go ahead and ask. There we go.
Dude, do we just take a break now?
Yeah, it's fine. It's like 10 minutes early, but it doesn't matter. I can get this sorted out. We can come back.
I'm asking. Right.
Yeah.
Slightly more asking filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
it's,
it's-
kind
it's
of
fine
flex
with
at
it,
the
it's
time.
fine.
It's not, honestly, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing about
Okay.
it that matters. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break here then. Just give Sui time to set up tokens, and we'll start our combat with the giant in the giant bowl when we come back. So, see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.